Thank you, Chairman Gosar, and thank you to the witnesses today. This is a hearing I didn't expect we would ever have, talking about cartels operating in Indian country, but just recently we did a field hearing down in southern Arizona in Cochise County, and Sheriff Mark Daniels made a statement that was, I think, the takeaway message from that hearing when he said that we're no longer dealing with an illegal immigration problem, we're dealing with an organized crime problem. And an organized crime problem that reaches from sea to shining sea, which includes Indian country. I know in some other trips I've made to the border, I was appalled to fly the southern border in a helicopter and have the Border Patrol point out hideouts up in the mountains where the cartels operated with radio equipment to tell the mules or the coyotes where the Border Patrol was operating and radioing to them, telling them how to avoid being caught. And I thought, that's crazy that this is happening on the U.S. side of the border, that these Mexican cartels are setting up camp on U.S. land to run human trafficking and drug trafficking into our country. And it's not getting better from anything that I've seen. Matter of fact, Sheriff Daniels also said that the cartels not only control the southern side of the U.S. border, they also control the northern side of the U.S. border. So I think this is a very fitting hearing that we're having. And when I ask a question, if you want to elaborate on the extent of cartels operating in the U.S., I would be glad to hear that as well. But President Stiffarm, your testimony bravely depicts the ongoing threats that your tribe experiences from the dangerous cartels that operate in your communities. Many Americans may not be aware of the extent of cartel presence right here in the heart of America. Can you please describe just how devastating this problem has become across Indian country, and particularly in Fort Belknap Reservation?
Thank you for the question, Congressman Westerman. And we deal with it on a daily basis, whether it's an overdose, mental health, domestic violence, serious assaults. And one thing that we really seem to overlook all the time is the threats, the death threats we get from the cartel members. We had the tribal leader from Montana that declined to testify here today because he received death threats that he was going to testify. Why would we be afraid to live in our own country when we're getting threats from foreign nationals from across the border? How strong their reach is, how they're allowed to come into this country and to threaten and kill us in our own backyard. That's a huge issue, not only for our tribal membership, whether it's here or Fort Peck or Rocky Boy, but it's in your all's backyard. It's your family, your relatives, your neighbors. Well, in Fort Belknap, we have, what little officers we do have, they have been trying to be proactive without any help from the BIA, without any help from the FBI, without any help from the Border Patrol or the DEA. And we received grant money. We have 2 drug dogs, 2 canines that are trying to help us curb the flow of fentanyl, methamphetamines. And we have some pretty good seizures. One of our biggest issues is we don't have jurisdiction
Mr. President Stiffarm, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm on limited time here, but you said something very profound that I just want to make sure and get it on the record, that you testify before Congress that there are tribal members who have been threatened with death if they come to Congress and testify against the cartels. The cartels have threatened them with death in this country?
Yes.
My goodness, that might be enough just to end the hearing right there. That's horrible to think that American citizen has been threatened by a foreign cartel if they come to Congress and testify about what that cartel is doing on American soil. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.